There's a funny story about a man named Joe who decided to venture into the world of business. He thought he had it all figured out. He'd seen all the Shark Tank episodes, read a few business books, and even took an online course on accounting. What could possibly go wrong, right? But little did Joe know, he was about to face a giant monster in business, a beast so fearsome that even seasoned entrepreneurs shudder at its name: the almighty debit and credit. You see, Joe had a simple lemonade stand. He bought lemons for $5 and sugar for $3. In his head, he thought, I spent $8, so I must get at least $10 to make a profit. Sounds simple, right? But then came the world of accounting with its debits and credits. Joe was baffled. Why on earth are they calling it debit when I'm spending money? And why is it credit when I'm earning? Shouldn't it be the other way round? He was as confused as a chameleon in a bag of Skittles. One day, a wise old accountant named Betty walked by Joe's lemonade stand. She noticed his distress, bought a glass of lemonade, and decided to help him out. Betty explained, think of debit and credit like your left and right hand. Debit is like your left hand, it's what the business owns. Credit, on the other hand, is like your right hand, it's what the business owes. But I'm not left-handed, Joe protested. Betty laughed and replied, it doesn't matter which hand you use more. In the world of accounting, you need to use both hands equally. When you buy lemons and sugar, you debit your inventory because your business now owns more inventory. But you also credit your cash because you've spent money, so your business owes less cash to itself. Joe scratched his head. So, when I sell lemonade, you credit your inventory because you have less of it, and you debit your cash because you've earned money. Betty finished his sentence. Joe blinked. So, debit is not bad and credit is not good. Betty nodded. Exactly. They're just two sides of the same coin, or in this case, two hands of the same business. And from that day forward, Joe was no longer afraid of the mighty debit and credit. He even started to enjoy his accounting, and his lemonade stand thrived. So folks, remember, don't be like Joe who spent sleepless nights over debit and credit. Instead, be like Betty, who knows that debit and credit are just two hands of a business, working together to make it successful. And if you're ever confused, just think of Betty's wise words. Debit is what you own, credit is what you owe. And remember, it doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed in accounting, you need both hands equally. And lastly, always drink a glass of lemonade when you're stressed. It won't solve your accounting problems, but hey, at least it's refreshing.